All right, what's poppin'? It's your boy Big Rich, Queens, New York City, where we get busy. March 9th, 2021, Tuesday morning business. Ladies and gentlemen, come on in, wipe your feet on the rug, throw some smoke in the atmosphere. I just lit up a little bit of watermelon Skittles. Delicious. Let's get right into business. Mob Story, Season 3. This story is coming from my good friend Warren Packer. Very interesting stuff. Did not know about this man, but let's get right into it. A sit down with Robert Bobby the Cook Gentile, and did he take part in a $500 million art heist? More than $500 million worth of rare art was stolen 31 years ago and has never been found. The investigation has focused on one man from Connecticut, Robert Gentile. For years now, Gentile, now a grandfather, has been seen on local and national television coming in and out of court and prison. The story begins in Boston on the day after St. Patrick's Day 1990. In the middle of the night, two men posing as police officers were allowed into Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum by two security guards, whom the intruders then tied up and gagged. The intruders brought the guards into the basement and stole the VHS tape to the security system. The burglars stole more than $500 million worth of rare art, including works by Vermeer, Rembrandt, Manet, and Degas. The paintings were crudely cut from their frames. The crime made international news, and immediately the focus of the investigation turned to organized crime in Boston. But for 20 years, all leads turned up empty. The FBI said little about the case until 2013, when they announced a $5 million reward and made a stunning announcement. Quote, FBI agents developed crucial pieces of evidence that confirmed the identity of those who entered the museum and others who belonged to a criminal organization, the FBI said in their announcement. At that time, the FBI didn't identify the robbers or say if they were alive or dead, but did reveal a Connecticut connection. They also announced they believed the stolen art went from Boston to Connecticut to Philadelphia. The art, or at least some of it, reportedly ended up in Maine. And that's where Bobby the Cook comes in. A woman from Maine, Elaine Guarente, had reportedly told investigators her husband, Bobby Guarente, handed two of the paintings back to Gentile back in 2003. Gentile said of Elaine, who died only 3 years ago, "She's crazy. She's bipolar. She's nuts. I know she's nuts." Bobby was a friend of Gentile, a well-known figure in organized crime in Boston. Bobby was reportedly always a suspect in the heist, and photos of him are hard to come by. And Bobby the Cook said it's an all-out lie that she witnessed her husband hand him paintings at a hotel in Maine. Based on what Elaine told the FBI, the search for the missing art put Bobby and his home in Manchester, Connecticut, in the national spotlight as investigators descended on the property. During one of the searches, the FBI said agents found a handwritten list of the paintings with their black market values on them. They found other things, but no sign of the art. The reward for the person who helps find the paintings is now up to $10 million. At 87, Robert Gentile doesn't look like the man who's been called a mobster or gangster. His life isn't getting any better. He's lucky to be here, lucky to be alive. The only places he goes is shopping. I cook and eat, that's my life. And I'm gonna die pretty soon. I can't even breathe, that's my life. Bobby the Cook was born during the Great Depression in a neighborhood in downtown Hartford, later raised in the name of urban progress. His father was tough and mean. I went to high school, but I only went there for 6 months. I had to quit because my father said I had to pay $25 a week. My father was a mean guy. He took all the money. $25 a week, that was a lot of money. Bobby the Cook said his father took the money to save it. During his short time at Hartford Public High School, that's where he met his future wife, Pat. I was walking down the corridor, all the people changing schedule, and I saw her walking towards me, and she was beautiful. They got married and bought a house in suburban Manchester, where they raised 2 children and where Bobby still lives. In 1963, Bobby got into trouble and went to the notorious Hartford County Jail. He was convicted of a felony for being in a car where a sawed-off shotgun was found. Bobby the Cook worked in the concrete industry, owned a pool company, and did fairly well. But according to the feds, Bobby the Cook was also in organized crime, the Mafia. He says that it's not true that he was part of the Philadelphia Mafia. No, it's not true, never. With the help of an undercover informant, a disgraciat, The FBI caught Bobby the Cook on drug and weapon charges, items found at his home. He pled guilty and went to prison twice, where he nearly died. And this is according to Bobby's attorney. That also gave the FBI the opportunity to search his client's home looking for missing art. They brought in heavy equipment to dig up the yard and went through the inside with power tools and high-tech devices. They didn't find any paintings, but did find a handwritten list of the stolen paintings with their black market value. When Bobby the Cook was asked why he had that list in his property and in his home, he just responded, well, it wasn't a list, but it was a list. It was a piece of paper of all the paintings, and all anybody wants to know if you have anyone who can buy them or who wants to buy them. Bobby the Cook is suspected of being in possession of 2 of the 13 stolen works of art more than 20 years after the crime. His home in Manchester was searched, but no sign of the art. But the FBI did find some items related to the crime, but were never able to charge Bobby with the heist. The FBI did find a handwritten list of the artwork in Bobby's house, the same house which they found drugs, ammunitions, weapons, a silencer, and $20,000 in cash stuffed in a grandfather clock. The list, coupled with Elaine Guarente's accusations, have many thinking that Bobby the Cook knows something. When asked if he was directly involved with the caper, he said he never even knew about it until the cops came to his house. When asked if he ever seen the stolen paintings, he responded never. When asked if the paintings had ever come through his house, he responded never. Never saw nothing. I didn't pay attention to the robbery because I didn't care because I wasn't involved. I didn't care nothing about that. Investigators don't believe him. I mean, the guy's 87 years old now. Come on. How can you say I'm lying? They don't know what my life was and what kind of guy I was. Prove to me what I was lying about. Everything I say is the truth. I have no reason to lie. I'm not a liar. I hate liars because liars and drunks will get you in trouble. That's true. Liars and drunks will get you in trouble. Bobby the Cook says the heist investigation has ruined his life, and he blames it for taking away his beloved wife. She sat in the bedroom there for a long time when I was in jail, and I knew she was going to die. She got sick and died worrying about me. She was home with me for 6 months, and she said, I can't take it. I'm going to die. And I found her passed out in the bed, dead of a stroke. When asked if, when he dies, how would he feel if the headlines called him a notorious mobster, he said there's nothing I can do about that. Bobby the Cook said only income now is his Social Security, and his attorney is his key to survival. Not only does he represent Bobby, but he visits him and brings him groceries. The FBI and Gardner Museum stressed that there is still a $10 million reward in this case. I just want to say, leave my man Bobby the Cook alone. First of all, I want to salute to Warren Packer. Salute to you, sir, for sending me this article. I appreciate it. Mob stories. Bobby the Cook. Did he or did he not take part in a $500 million art heist? And that's back then, so who knows what the art is worth now. I say he didn't do it. Even if there was a list in his house, you find a list of artwork that was stolen with a black market price on the back. That does not mean he had anything to do with the robbery. You got to prove it. Where's the evidence? Great story, Warren Packer. Thank you so much. Like, comment, and share. The link to this article will be in the description box. Salute to everybody. Have a great day. Let me know what you're smoking on, and we will talk soon.